Indian judiciary has the power to make decisions, enforce law and solve dispute. But corruption is misleading the judiciary system. Joe Biden once said, "Corruption is a cancer that eats away at a citizen's faith in democracy, diminishes the instinct for innovation and creativity." Corruption in our society is like a cancer which, if not detected soon, within the time, it will surely spread its malignance among the polity of democracy. It shakes the fundamental foundation of democracy and the rule of law, and also a threat to constitutional governance. To detect corruption has always been a big problem. Every state in India has a court where the judges have been given a seat to deliver justice to people, seeking it without any fear or threat. Now, the question is that some of the judges and lawyers have bowed to misuse the powers given to them in the temple of justice, as they have no responsibility and deliver justice and judgments under the influence of political leaders and bureaucrats, etc., by accepting huge amounts of bribe through illegal means, because of which judicial system has become corrupt. Let's look into the report further. In the year 1979, Chief Justice of India permitted the CBI to file a case of disproportionate income wealth against the Chief Justice of Madras High Court, Justice K. Veeraswamy, father-in-law of Mr. Justice V. Ramaswamy. On 3rd November 2002, 3 judges of Karnataka High Court with 2 female advocates got involved with a women guest at a resort. The police arrived, but there was no action taken. Judges were N.S. Veerabhadraya, Gopal Gowda and Chandrasekharaya. Status of the case was 3 judges inquiry committee appointed by the Chief Justice of India filed its report and clean chit was given. Recently, on March 22nd, the Supreme Court rejected special leave application filed by Judge Mrs. Archana D. Jatar, against whom the corruption charges have been levelled by Anti-Corruption Bureau. According to police statement, they say that she has bribed sum of 5 lakhs from Swapnil Madhukar so as not to proceed his case. Now, there is absolutely no doubt in my mind that, particularly in the last 2 decades, the faith of the common people in the judiciary has drastically eroded. The poisonous tentacles of corruption have choked hopes of securing justice for those unable to pay exorbitant fees of lawyers, and also grease palms, which appears to be now an accepted norm. Few months ago, a TV anchor questioned Chief Justice Ranjan Gogoi about the Indian judiciary. Former Chief Justice Ranjan Gogoi said that, although I wanted to, I could not reform the Indian judiciary because our judicial system is under the control of some big brokers or fixers. And these big fixers run their justice system the way they want it to. He further said that India's justice system can never do justice to the middle class or the poor. And it is bitter truth that if you are a billionaire with a lot of money, then you will get justice. And your lawyers will tell the judge what to do. Lawyers decide what you want to decide. Some of the country's top lawyers have become the biggest fixers in the Supreme Court today. Ranjan Gogoi mentioned few names like Dushant Dev, Kapil Sibal, Abhishek Manu Singhvi, Prashant Bhushan. He also mentioned 2 similar cases. BJP leader Kirit Somai, who was accused by Maharashtra government for accepting donations from the people to save INS Virat, and he did not give any account of those donations to the government. Later, when he applied for the pre-arrest bail in 3 courts, all the 3 courts did not grant him pre-arrest bail. Another example, Tista Javed Silwat, who was baking bread during the Gujarat riot, received donations of around rupees 100 crore from various countries, including Gulf countries, US, UK. She used the trust money to buy gold jewellery at Dubai airport or duty-free liquor at UK airport. It is learnt that Kapil Sibal passed the order over the phone to the Supreme Court judge, meaning that it was the first time in India's history that Supreme Court had ordered a telephone in just 3 minutes. Exactly the same happened in the case of Rana Ayub, who also did not audit the donations collected in the name of Gujarat riot and made a term deposit of 5 crore in the name of his father. According to the complaint, while she was about to be arrested, the Mumbai High Court said that the amount of rupees 5 crore was not such a big amount that it should be considered a big fraud. And now the very recent issue of Jahangiri in Delhi. After the bulldozer reached Jahangiri at 10:30 am, 3 giants, Kapil Sibal, Dushant Dev and Prashant Bhushan, went straight to the Supreme Court at 10:31 and at 10:45 am the Supreme Court granted stay. It surprised how could such a case be heard and ordered so quickly when the judiciary of India, that is the lower court, high court and even the apex court, were not taken into consideration. In other words, Justice Ranjan Gogoi rightly said that the Indian judiciary is in the hands of every court fixer in India. Judicial system must be effectively sanitized with a political will to catch the bull of corruption by the horns, systematically and without pulling back any punches. Wrestle it down to the ground to get away from the clutches of wanton and greedy advocates and even the corrupt judicial officers.